What's up guys, my name is Boy Shay and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be starting my astrological series of the rising signs, but as you know, I am the spiritual astrologer, so this is the esoteric perspective of Scorpio Rising, okay? And I want to start with Scorpio Rising because Scorpio is one of the most powerful signs of the zodiac, but with that, to whom much is given, much is expected, okay? So in esoteric astrology, our rising sign is what our soul has the desire to become and evolve into in order to shine our authentic expression or live through our authentic soul expression, okay? Whereas the ego can kind of get in our way. Our moon sign is our subconscious coping mechanisms that kind of, how can I put it? I have it here in my notes. Yeah, our moon is kind of like our shadow, okay? And whereas in traditional astrology, our moon brings us comfort, in esoteric astrology, our comfort zone or our coping mechanisms can keep us from moving and striving forward. And we are here to embody the highest vibrations of our sun and our moon and incorporate them into our rising or use them to fuel our rising sign, okay? So if you are a Scorpio rising, this video is for you, okay? Now, as I said, Scorpio is one of the most powerful signs of the zodiac. So with that, you have to go through rites of passage in order to actualize your power, okay? And with that, the way that you actualize your power is by conquering your shadow, okay? So as we know, traditionally, Scorpio represents transformation, death, and rebirth, okay? And so these are characteristics of the alchemist, okay? Turning darkness into light, shining a light on things that have control over our subconscious mind, okay? Because Scorpio is all about illuminating the darkness, okay? So to embody your highest expression, the highest expression of your Scorpio rising, you have to conquer every fear, analyze any and all aspects of your life in which you feel like you lack control or lack power, okay? And in traditional astrology, Scorpio deals with manipulation or feeling controlled, and not necessarily by physical force, but by energy, okay? Or feeling like, for example, an example of a Scorpio rising characteristic is feeling like you can't be who you are without hurting someone else, or that being who you are is not appreciated by others or triggering, okay? Your presence can be triggering to others because Scorpio is the sign that brings the darkness to light, okay? So who you are on many levels is someone who can see through the BS, okay? Scorpio risings can see through people, places, and situations and see the truth in it, okay? And with that, your presence can be triggering, but it can also be healing if that person or situation has the desire to become its best self and to overcome its darkness and to incorporate its darkness into its light, okay? So whereas Scorpio risings go through life can experience feelings of abandonment, okay? Situations of feeling misunderstood or just not appreciated for all that they are, okay? Scorpio risings have to realize their place and their role in their life as well as in the lives of others, which is to empower. Scorpio, the sign of Scorpio is here to empower, and on a soul level, your soul wants to conquer everything that gives you the illusion of disempowerment so that you can realize your God self, so that you can realize how truly powerful and capable you are of manifesting any and everything that you desire into this physical existence. Okay. Now, with that, Scorpio is a powerful manifester, regardless of if it's in its highest expression or not. So, with that being said, until you conquer all of your fears, Scorpio rising, you will manifest all of your fears. But the positive or the light in that is when you manifest a fear, it is brought to light, it is brought to consciousness for you to conquer it, to analyze it, to see how you can overcome it and how to release its hold that this situation or mentality or perspective has on you. Okay. So in esoteric astrology, we also discuss the rays. Okay. And there are 7 rays of light. Okay. And I'll get into that in another video. But what I want to emphasize is if you want to continue your studies, Scorpio is a part of the 4th ray of light. Okay. And the 4th ray deals with creating harmony through conflict. Okay. So the 4th ray deals with bringing beauty to the struggle. Okay. Or discovering or finding the beauty in the struggle, turning your pain into your power. Okay. And this is why many Scorpio risings are artists and can convey depth of feeling and emotion and are felt, make people feel things on the deepest level. And that feeling is what makes us feel alive. It's what makes us feel powerful. And what makes life worth living is feeling and experiencing the depth of existence and all of its possibilities. Okay. And with that, creating harmony through conflict is literally the epitome of going through hell and back. Okay. Scorpio rising is the spiritual warrior. Okay. An archetype of Scorpio rising is Hercules. Okay. And if you've ever seen the Disney movie Hercules, he has to go through these rites of passage to regain his God status. Okay. And those rites of passage are dealt to him by the god of the underworld, or Hades. Okay. The god of the shadow. Okay. And so metaphorically, he has to conquer his shadow step by step, challenge by challenge, in order to realize his God self. Okay. And that is exactly what Scorpio rising is here to do. So just like I stated at the beginning of this video, to whom much is given, much is expected. But know that you have all the tools that you need in order to overcome this. And the way that you do, or the tool that you can use, okay, to overcome your darkness is by going within. Okay. Pointing out a fear and going up to touch it. Okay. Asking to see the truth of this illusion, to see the truth of the shadow, because all the shadow is distortion of light. Okay. And I had an epiphany or a download the other day when I was on my morning walk, and my back was facing the sun. Okay. And when your back is facing the sun, the shadow is in front of you. But even when you are faced with your shadow, when the shadow is in front of you, you realize the shadow is still surrounded by light. Okay. And so with that, you are here to illuminate the shadow. Okay. Because the shadow is like this little sliver. Okay. But it can look very daunting. You know, it's kind of stretched out. Once again, it's distorted. It doesn't look like your actual body. Okay. But we know that that is an illusion, and that is not how our actual body looks. Okay. So with that being said, you are here to uncover the illusion. Okay. Let's see. And you realize, Scorpio rising, that in order to gain control, okay, you have to surrender control. And what that looks like is realizing, okay, I am afraid of this, or this fear does have a hold on me, and accepting it allows you to sink into it. And the experience of it, you realize by letting it go that it doesn't actually have power over you, that it's not as scary as it actually seemed to be. Okay. And so with that, you uncover the truth, okay? You illuminate the truth. And that is what you are here to do on a personal level. And that is also what your soul is here to do on the level of service to humanity. And that's why this is an esoteric concept, because traditional astrology simply focuses on the personality, whereas esoteric astrology focuses on the soul, okay? And whatever your rising sign is, that is what your soul came here to express at its highest potential, okay, at its most powerful, okay? This is the light that you are here to shine. And with that, you incorporate whatever your sun sign is, you incorporate the highest ideals of your sun sign, okay, the highest ideals of your moon sign, and you add that into the flavor or the cocktail of your rising sign, okay? So, the way that looks, what if your sun is your rising sign, okay? So what if you are a Scorpio sun with a Scorpio rising, okay? This means that the themes of Scorpio are emphasized for you, and that your soul, how can I put that? How can I put that, Spirit? The objective of merging the ego with the soul is more prominent for you. It is more emphasized. And this means that as a Scorpio sun and rising, you may have an obsession with being your best self, actualizing your power, okay? Seeking and realizing truth, and not allowing yourself to remain in blissful ignorance, okay? Because Scorpio suns, as well as Scorpio risings, want to experience power and usually go through difficult life lessons in which they feel disempowered. So if your sun is in your first house as a Scorpio rising, your identity is wrapped around the actualization of your authenticity and the living out of your soul mission, okay? Now, we're all here to live our soul mission, but for you, it is, the lessons are emphasized and really front and center, like you can't run from it, okay? And it just makes it that much more so if your ego is the same as your rising sign, okay? So, in summary, how do you embody the highest vibration of Scorpio? Conquer every single fear, okay? Realize control is an illusion. Find a way to find acceptance in the face of adversity. You can say to yourself, this is where I am. What do I need to realize in order to get to where I want to be? And with that, Scorpio risings are very attuned to occult knowledge, or have psychic healing abilities, and are channels for divine truth and wisdom. So whenever you ask a question, the answer will present itself to you in one way or another, okay? And Scorpio learns how to interpret the symbolism in its everyday life and existence, okay? And look at not just what is presented as the mask, but to see behind the mask, to notice the subtleties of energy, the symbolism in every interaction, in every lesson, okay? There's always a deeper meaning. And as a Scorpio rising, it would benefit you to seek the deeper meaning, ask for the deeper meaning, okay? And with that, by turning darkness into light, you are alchemizing pain into power, fear into wisdom, okay? So, and as a Scorpio rising, Scorpio is the sign, once again, you desire power. And whereas in the beginning of your journey, you may think that power comes from force or asserting your will, you then learn through your lessons, through constantly surrendering to the greater forces, that it is better for you to attract what you want versus to force what you want. And the way that you attract what you want is by becoming the vibration of that experience, okay? By imagining what you do want to experience versus obsessing over what you don't want to experience, okay? Because Scorpio's fears are not surrounded. Scorpio isn't necessarily fearful of things. It's fearful of situations. Or it's like, man, I don't want this to happen. Or man, I really don't want to experience this. And in saying what you don't want, you are attracting exactly that, okay? And you're going to experience it. So once you do experience that fear, be like, okay, I experienced it. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I conquered it. Now let me decide, since I made it through hell and back, let me decide what I do want to experience. And that is how Scorpio Rising claims its power, is by through the manipulation of your inner world, through the manipulation of your mind, gaining control of your mind, okay? And knowing that nothing has control over you unless you give it control over you, okay? Another way you embody the highest vibration of Scorpio is the desire to see truth in the face of distortion, okay? Also through welcoming death and transformation. So if you have Scorpio in the first house of identity, okay, your identity is centered around the constant transformation. You are having continuous phoenix moments. You are always phoenixing, always rising to the next level if you choose your power over your fear, okay? Now, you can choose stagnation, and Scorpio risings are very subject to depression, and you can wallow in the darkness and choose victimhood, or you can empower yourself by diving deep and conquering any and everything that has control over you, okay? And Scorpio risings, it's like you develop this sense of bring it on. I could take it, and that's why when I say to whom much is given, much is expected, and you are the spiritual warriors, because you cannot die, if that makes sense. Or every time you do, you are reborn stronger and better than you were before. Okay, so have that attitude of bring it on. I can take it. I can overcome it. And it's going to make me better. Okay, understand that with every challenge comes the opportunity for wisdom. Okay, let go of what makes you feel powerless. Don't be afraid to release. Okay, and sometimes Scorpio risings have a tendency to hold on to things because they feel like they need it, or without it, it could create more chaos. But what you don't realize is that through surrendering to the chaos, you invite the calm, okay? And so Scorpio is learning how to be the calm within the storm, okay? And learning to understand and understand the extremes of existence, okay? Right, so in conclusion, know that adversity is an opportunity to level up, to gain wisdom. Your soul is here to become the alchemist, okay? Be the healer of the darkness, okay? To bring not only yourself from hell and back, but to bring others as well, okay? And to show people that the darkness isn't as scary as it seems, okay? And learning how to incorporate the darkness into the light so that you can have the fullness, or experience the fullness of existence, okay? And just on a side note, Scorpio risings usually have some kind of dark interest, some sort of taboo obsession, or just the ability to see the beauty in the darkness, okay? And they are creatives, psychologists, they make you feel something, okay? And they bring that feeling out so that you can breathe and release and let it go, okay? So, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to click the thumbs up and subscribe for more, okay? And if you're interested in a birth chart reading from me, a tarot reading from me, be sure to click the link in the description box, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.